All right, Shalom. Shalom to the elect of Yahshua, and Shalom to the other men, women, and children of our nation, who YAHAWAH, YAHAWASHI is going to have mercy upon them. Shalom to all of you. Shema, Yahshua, YAHAWAH, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWAH, BARAK YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH, Halalyam, NAWA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim or our labor and works. Shalom to you believers, to the Akim or Aqua, which would be brothers and few among the sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth. Alright, I'm your brother Malkia, representing warriors for YAHAWASHI, Pasadena, Texas camp. Barak. Today's lesson is edifying through the spinning power YAHAWASHI. So today's topic is going into more of uproars of the people / sedition among men. Just got 3 scriptures to bring up for it, and I do want to present some videos to you. This is one of them. This is one of the stuff I want to bring up. Alright, so I'm going to read what's on here right quick, and I'm going to get the 2 other ones. There's some real news, no bullshit, world news. More than 1 million, more than 1 million of people in France continue to protest. More than 1 million of people in France continue to protest. Remember that, protest. Okay? Protest. More than 1 million of people in France continue to protest and riot. Remember these 2 keywords. Remember them. Protest and riot. Okay? Following French President Emmanuel Macron's move to change the country's pension system. Okay? And Bordeaux, demonstrators initiated the entrance of the city hall amidst ongoing confrontations with law enforcement. Remember that. Shalom, YAHAWASHI, police in Lorient resorted to tear gas to control crowds, while in Rennes, water cannons were deployed to disperse protesters. French Interior Minister Darmanin revealed that at least 80 arrests were made and 123 police officers were injured during 1 day of protests. Damn. All right, so I'm gonna play this video again, and I'm gonna get the other ones. uproars of the people, as an example. Uproars of the people. Okay? A public expression or outrage, right? Alright. I want to get the brothers, freaking the brother, where are you? Here we go. Hold on. There was another one that I saw. See all those people. Majority of them about to die. All right. Upwards of the people. It says massive protests in Israel after Prime Minister, that dude, fired defense minister who opposed judicial overhaul. I'm pronouncing that correctly. All right. So let's get another. Let me get another video. We go back right quick. Hold on. All right. Another one. Let's see. This one right here. I want to go into. All right, so y'all see that, man. Y'all see that. All right, sedition among men, uproars of the people. I'm gonna get straight to the point with this. It's not gonna be a long lesson. All right. Well, one is not. The book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verses 1 through 4 in the KJV. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself. And when thou seest part of the signs pass, the prophecies, right, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit, right, judge the world which he made, and those that's in it, that's of this world. Okay. It says, verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, right? Public expressions of protest or outrage, right? Commotion, ruckus, fuss, right? A public expression of protest or outrage. And we saw that in that video, all right? Seeing it in those clips. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes, right, so-called natural disasters, it also goes into commotions and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High YAHAWASHI YAHAWASHI spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So let's go and start with uproars very quick so I can see if you guys saw. Hold on. Let's get that Uproars definition right quick. I just want to get some similar terms so you can see it for yourself. Definition. It says a loud and impassioned noise or disturbance, a public expression of protest or outrage. Right, you got chaos, turmoil, disorder, mayhem, noise, yelling. Let's see, shouting, disturbance, right? Confusion, definitely confusion, the ball. You got outcry, outrage, complaint, fuss, commotion. That's pretty much it. So you get the point there, right? A similar term too, I think riot is supposed to be one of them, if I'm not mistaken, or that's probably for sedition, if I'm not mistaken. Well, yeah, you see there. All right, so verse, I'm gonna read it again, verse 3 and 4. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou well understand that the Most High YAHAWASHI spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. All right, so these are many signs that's coming to pass to let his YAHAWASHI's servants know that this is the very time that we're in, that he is getting ready to visit, to judge his creation, his creations, the world that he made, YAHAWASHI. All right, and one of the signs we're seeing a lot right now is what? According to this topic, Uproars of the people, sedition among men. All right, let's go to 2nd Ezra, chapter 15, right quick. Is it 15? Yeah. All right, so the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter, oh, you know what? Salakia. Let me go back there right quick. To that chapter 9. Let me get that in the Good News translation. Let's see. All right. So the Good News translation for the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1 through 4. I answered. Oh, so let's say 60. Okay, here we go. It says, he answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs I have told you about have appeared, kind of lost it. He answered, consider all these things very carefully. When you see that some of the signs, like the prophecies I have told you about, have appeared, you will know that the time has come when Yahawah, BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, will bring judgment, right? Will bring judgment on the world he has created. Okay, verse 3 and 4. There will be earthquakes, national rebellions, national intrigues. All right, let's go to that word intrigue right quick. You're probably not sure what that is. Let's go into that. Intrigue. Right. Definition. Bruh, I didn't say dance. God damn it. Ugh. All right. It says arouse the curiosity or interest of the mind. Say the secret plan. Let's see. National interviews. Let's see. Conspire, fascinating, compelling, gripping, plotting. National interviews. Did I even spell that correctly? So yeah. Yeah. Interview. All right. So a secret plan to do something. All right. All right. Let's continue moving on. There will be earthquakes and national rebellions, national interviews, unstable leaders. Joe Biden is a good example of that. He's unstable. or his clone, whichever one that is, and confuse the rulers. When you see these things happening, you will know that they are what Yahawah Bashim Shai Most High has spoken about since the beginning of creation. Right? So these are many signs that come to pass to let us know that this is the time where YAHAWASHI is about to kill a lot of people. Right? Judgment Day, pretty much, that great death. Right? It's mentioned, I think it's chapter 16, second verse. The beginning of sorrows, the beginning of deaths, famine, paraphrasing. All right, so let's go to chapter 15 of second Esdras. So second Esdras, chapter 15, verses 14 to 19, the KJV. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein. Right? The world and the people in it are doomed. That's the G&T version. 15. For the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up to fight against another, and swords in their hands. So the modern day sword, you can think of the guns, for example. All right. And then again, don't forget how the famine is also going to affect, ammunition. People having access to buy ammunition, rounds, bullets. So people going to have to literally stand up against one another with actual melee weapons, swords, handmade weapons of destruction. Verse 16, for there shall be sedition among men, right? Sedition, rioting, rebellion, insurrection, disobedient, resistance among men. And towards who? We're gonna get into that. And invading one another, they shall not regard their kings nor princes. You saw in that video, people are rising up against their kings and princes, the legitimate government, ignoring them, ignoring the riot squads, the police officers, those who are supposed to enforce law, right? The people are ignoring them. It says the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Right? They're taking upon themselves now to go against the kings and princes, right? And that's going to eventually lead to civil war, martial law, great deaths. Okay. Verse 17, it says, a man shall desire to go into a city, it shall not be able to. Lockdowns, total chaos going on out there. All right, martial law. 18, for because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. How much more you women? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, with weapons, right? And spoil, take, ransack, plunder, and spoil their goods, their resources, food, water, medicine, supplies, the family himself, the wives, the children, can also be considered as spoiled. It says, because of the lack of bread, for famine, for hunger, starvation, and for great tribulation, for great suffering. So that's why all this stuff is going to be happening. Right? Matthew 24, verse 12. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of men shall wax cold. Just paraphrasing. Because iniquity shall abound, wickedness shall continue to increase. The love of men is going to wax colder and colder and colder, to the point of where, verse 19, for an example, during the famine, all hell breaking loose, is a lawless society, right? A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, right? Even his own brethren, his own family, people in general, people of this world, but shall destroy their houses with the sword. Modern day swords, guns, and spoil, take their goods, their resources, whatever is considered as a resource, because of the lack of bread, hunger, starvation, famine, and for great tribulation. Right? And if you notice, you know, it's great tribulation going on at all these places that's going through what? Uproars of people, sedition among men, no, just chaos. Okay. All right. So let's move on to my last one. Second Esdras, you know, Salakia. Let me get that in a Good News Translation. Salakia. It's pretty good in a Good News Translation for that sedition among men scripture. Okay, so the Good News Translation. The world and the people in it are doomed. Why is that? I'm gonna give you an example real quick. Let me give you an example right quick on why you niggas are doomed. All right. The book of Second Esdras, chapter 8, verse 50, in the KJV and the GNT. For many great miseries shall be done to them. And who's that them? 2/3 of our nation, those who are of this world, who can't let go of this place. You Israelites that refuse to repent and you want to continue copying, imitating the behavior, the ways of this world, and then of course other nations. For many great miseries shall be done to them that in the latter time shall dwell in the world, because they have walked in great pride. In the Good News Translation, the people of this world, 2/3 in other nations, who have lived their lives in pride and arrogance, will suffer many things in the last days. Okay, so check this out. Second Esdras, chapter 15, verses 14 through 19, in Good News Translation. The world and the people in it are doomed. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. World War III, Civil War, right? Race wars, riot wars, just pure chaos out here, especially World War III and Civil War, man. All right. The war that will bring their destruction is very near. Nations will arm themselves to fight against other nations. There will be great political turmoil. Isn't that a political turmoil of the people in that spirit of uproars and sedition among men, because of it was like some digital currency, if I'm not mistaken. That was in the other video I had. But yeah, it was something about like their pension program, something along that line. Okay, and there's many other reasons too, right? But it all has something to do with what? Political turmoil, political reasons. With one group trying to overpower another and gain control while ignoring the legitimate government. That's the people rising up against the kings and princes, right? The presidents, the vice presidents, the prime minister, the riot squads, police officers, and etc. Right? The people are rising up against them. They're ignoring them. They're ignoring their power, their rank, their position, and they're taking matters into their own actions, man. That's their pride. The cities are in trouble. So because of their pride, the cities are in trouble. Let's see. There will no longer be free access to the cities. And why is that? I can just throw out some possible examples. Lockdown, martial law, total chaos, right? You probably need some kind of credentials to be able to leave your city to go to another city. For example, you may need that Quran to be able to enter or leave a city. You may need the updated hot sauce. Those that took the thing, right? Whatever variants, doesn't matter. You're probably going to need to be updated on that too, right? But the time will come where we being able to just get up and go to our desired destination or desired destinations is going to be taken away. you probably won't even better go to the bodega right down the street. That's how bad it's going to be. All right. And because of people are just so afraid of what they are witnessing that they're not going to want to travel. They're going to try to stay indoors. All right. So there will no longer be free access to the cities because the struggle for power will bring destruction, terror, and total confusion wherever people live. Yeah, because these people, especially 2/3 of our nation that's been scoffing and mocking, that came across this truth, this word, they're not going to have his wisdom and knowledge of YAHAWASHI try to keep them stable in those times. Right? That's why there's going to be total confusion out here. More confusion than it is right now. Right? Driven by famine, right? Driven by hunger, starvation, and terrible suffering, right? Great tribulation. People will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. That's the time we're coming into, man. Once this place, America, which is known as Babylon the Great, finally crashes economically, people start losing the things that he and she thought that he and she owns in this world. People start becoming more hungry because they can't afford to get their daily bread, their foods. That's really going to cause people to literally the love of many to wax cold, right? Because, for an example, the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8, it goes into this paraphrase. You know what? Let me get that right now. Then I'll just close it with that one. Why not? All right. Shalak, yeah. Damn it. All right. Ecclesiastes 3, maybe. All right. So the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace. We are definitely in the times of hate and a time of war. If you don't believe me, just turn on the damn news channels or just look up articles on the internet, news articles, and what's going to be one of the hot topics? World War III. This nation is prepping nukes. This nation is testing missiles. This nation is threatening this nation. Yeah, because we're in a time of hate and war. We're in a time where the biblical, the prophecy, the World War III, right, in Revelation 11 and 14, the second war is past, and behold, the third war will come quickly. Because what? We're constantly hearing wars and rumors of wars. We hear a lot more of it. And at some point, war is going to happen. Civil war, race wars, riot wars, World War III, just pure fucking chaos. Okay? All right? So I have a roster out. The lesson was edifying. Hopefully you learned something. You got something out of it. All right? Remain watching. Remain on your watch post. Akim, that watches. That's blowing the trumpet, teaching, prophesying, right? Because this is a lot more to happen. Even though it feels like it's tarrying, it's taking long, right? Continue to wait, right? Because at the end it shall speak and not lie, right? So Alvarez says that the lesson was edifying. I'm going to close out by giving the much due all praises, honor, and glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Halalyam, NAWA, NAWA, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HAQADASH. Double honors to the apostles and elders and bishops of Great Millstone, and much due respect to the sincere Akim who are laboring works. Shalom to you believers, to the Akim Aqua, which would be your brothers and few amount of sincere sisters who do subscribe to this truth. BTA, Abad, Babal, soon, death to America, destroy Babylon, which is America. Alright. YAHAWAH BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, SHALAK, RAYAM, NASHAM, AHBADIum, HARAGYam, MASHAPATYam, I'll call Halalyam, YAHAWAH, Halalyam, NAWA, BAHASHAM, YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, the water, Shalom.